Part 1. The Call of the Stars. Have you ever felt like you were born into the wrong world? Like the noise of Earth never truly echoed the song in your soul? That deep down, beneath your human experiences, you carry something ancient, something cosmic, a memory too profound to explain and too familiar to deny. If so, this message is for you. And it's not just a message, it's a calling, a transmission, a key. Right now, something extraordinary is happening across the planet. A shift, a vibrational awakening. And while the world clings to its old systems, its vanishing sense of certainty, there are those who feel the subtle tremble in their hearts, the whisper of something beyond. You, dear soul, were never meant to be like everyone else. You came here with a mission hidden beneath your skin, encoded in your DNA, and it's time to remember, because the universe is speaking, loudly, and the ones sending this message know you've been waiting. They are known as the Pleiadians, beings of extraordinary light who hail from the stars of the Pleiades, also called the Seven Sisters. But don't mistake them for distant aliens. They are family, they are kin, and they've walked alongside you in dreams, in silence, in memory. Their message isn't for your ears, it's for your essence. And now, in this rare moment of awakening, they ask you to listen. The Pleiadian origin. You've heard the name before, Pleiadians. Maybe in books, maybe in channeled messages, maybe in a moment of stillness when a vision of blue light surrounded you without reason. But this isn't your first encounter with them. You've known them long before this life. The Pleiadians come from the Taurus constellation, from a cluster of stars shining down upon us with gentle familiarity. They are an evolved civilization, spiritually advanced and deeply compassionate. Not here to dominate or rule, but to remind and uplift. Their energy is soft yet piercing, loving yet powerful. And many souls on Earth, souls like yours, are fragments of this very lineage. You are what many call a starseed. But that title isn't just an identity, it's a resonance, a vibration. Starseeds carry within them the memory of other worlds, other timelines, and a yearning to return to the truth. But instead of escaping this Earth, they are here to anchor the light, to midwife a new era. You might feel emotions more intensely than others. You may have always sensed things no one else seemed to understand. You heal naturally, speak kindly, and dream vividly. You've been told you're too sensitive, too quiet, too strange. But the truth is, you've always been tuned to a different frequency, the Pleiadian frequency, and that frequency is rising again. A planet in crisis, a soul in rebirth. The world feels chaotic for a reason. Earth is shaking off centuries of energetic residue. Systems built on fear, greed, and division are beginning to collapse under their own weight. What you're witnessing isn't the end. It's the beginning of something sacred. You see, awakening always comes with a tremor. That tremor is shaking souls into remembrance. And in the middle of all this turmoil, the Pleiadians have stepped forward. Not in ships or parades, but in energy, in dream, in inner knowing. Because the Earth is ready, and so are you. This transformation was foretold. Seers, sages, ancient civilizations, they all whispered of this age. A time when the veil would thin, when the illusions of time, space, and separation would dissolve, when the starborn would rise. And now, the veil is not just thinning, it's dissolving. Starseeds around the world are awakening, like embers reigniting into flame. Maybe you've been through a personal collapse, relationships breaking, identities unraveling, beliefs crumbling. That isn't coincidence, it's alignment. You are shedding who you are not to become who you've always been. But this path isn't always easy. There's pain in remembering. There is grief in waking up. The ego resists, the world distracts, and the matrix tugs at your roots. But somewhere in the stillness, a deeper voice is calling. That voice belongs to your higher self. And beyond that, to the Pleiadian High Council, guardians of wisdom who have waited lifetimes to deliver this message. Awakening from the dream of matter. To walk the path of a starseed is to remember that matter is not the only reality, that this physical realm is but one layer of existence, one page in a book of infinite dimensions. The Pleiadians teach that time is not linear, it's a spiral. You are not moving from past to future, you're moving inward into remembrance. your past lives, your future selves, they all exist simultaneously like stars in a night sky. The more you awaken, the more you'll feel their echoes. You'll sense timelines collapsing, converging, weaving together into something luminous. But to fully step into that awareness, you must first release what no longer serves your vibration. Look around. So much of this world is built to numb you, to keep you in cycles of desire and despair. The constant chase of status, money, approval, none of it feeds the soul. And yet, so many stay in that loop, mistaking comfort for peace. The Pleiadians offer a different way. They invite you to simplify, not just your possessions, but your thoughts, your distractions, your stories. They don't ask you to renounce the world. They ask you to realign with your true nature, where fulfillment comes not from accumulation, but from presence. By releasing material attachment, you create space for something far richer, inner clarity. And with clarity comes alignment, with your purpose, with your joy, with the divine blueprint you were born to embody. There's a reason you felt out of place. You are not just of Earth, you are of the stars. But the journey of the starseed isn't to escape Earth, it's to remember heaven while walking through Earth. To awaken your divine spark in a world that forgot it had one. The Pleiadians remind us that we are all fragments of a great unified consciousness. What you call your higher self isn't something far away. It's you in full bloom. It is your infinite version. It watches lovingly, waiting for you to open the door from within. And that door opens when you go quiet. In silence, you remember who you are. In stillness, you feel what you've forgotten. This isn't about becoming enlightened. It's about becoming authentic, shedding the masks, peeling back the layers, meeting yourself naked, raw, and radiant. You were never broken. You were only buried. The Pleiadians want you to trust that, to know that every heartbreak, every failure, every loss was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you, to crack the shell, to let your light out. Sacred energy, understanding the currents of your being. If you've ever walked barefoot and felt a sudden surge of peace, if you've stood beneath the stars and felt them pulsing with you, if you've sensed another's pain without words being spoken, then you've already touched the truth of energy. Energy is the invisible thread that connects all things. The Pleiadians say it flows not just around you, but through you, shaping your thoughts, your emotions, your very reality. And to walk the starseed path, you must become conscious of this flow. Your body isn't just physical, it's energetic. Within you are 7 primary chakras, vortexes of energy that influence every part of your experience. These centers are more than mystical concepts. They are real, they are alive, and they are calling to be aligned. When your energy flows freely, your life feels like music. When blocked, life becomes static and noise. The Pleiadians teach that emotional pain, physical illness, spiritual numbness, all stem from energetic misalignment. It's not your fault. The world was designed to disconnect you. But now you are remembering. You are remembering that your root chakra, the base of your energy system, grounds you to the earth, bringing stability and safety. You are remembering that your sacral chakra ignites your creativity and passion, letting your emotions flow without shame. You are remembering the fire of your solar plexus, the power to stand tall, to choose, to command your path. And your heart, that sacred center between earth and sky, it is your compass. When open, love flows endlessly. When blocked, fear takes root. But love is your natural state. You don't need to earn it. You only need to be it. The throat, the voice of your truth. The third eye, the lens of your soul. The crown, the gateway to the divine. All of these portals within you, waiting not just to be known, but to be lived. The Pleiadians say, cleanse your energy, not as a ritual of duty, but as a sacred act of self-love. Let water wash you. Let crystals hold you. Let the earth reset you. Let breath move through you like wind through ancient trees. You are not meant to be heavy. You are meant to flow. A message wrapped in starlight. As you listen to this, you are being activated, not by the words, but by the energy behind them. The Pleiadian High Council doesn't just speak, they transmit. And right now, as your eyes dance across these lines, something within you is stirring. It's the remembrance. It's the moment when you stop pretending to be small, when you stop dimming your light to fit into places never built for you, when you finally say yes to your purpose, to your knowing, to your power. The Pleiadians don't ask you to be perfect. They ask you to be present. They ask you to walk with awareness, to listen with your heart, to speak with your soul. And most importantly, they ask you to trust yourself, because you've already made it this far. You're awakening, you're expanding, and this is only the beginning. You were never just human. You were always divine, and now your cosmic family calls you home, not to a place, but to a state of being. Part 2. Remembering the infinite, the Pleiadian map to ascension. You're still here. That means something inside you is awake now. That inner flame, once dimmed by the noise of the world, is flickering again, and you're beginning to feel it, that pull inward, upward, beyond the veil of what you've been taught to believe. The Pleiadian High Council sees you. They have always seen you, and now they offer more than words. They offer a mirror, because everything you need to ascend, to activate, to remember, it's already inside you. This second part of the message is not about becoming someone else. It's about returning to the truth of who you've always been. That truth was never lost. It was only waiting for you to be ready. The higher self and the echo of all you've been. You are not just your name, your story, or your past. You are not the roles you've played or the wounds you've endured. Beneath the skin, beyond the mind, you are pure consciousness, timeless and infinite. Your higher self is not a distant guide. It is the eternal you, the version of you that exists beyond fear, beyond confusion, beyond doubt. The Pleiadians teach that your higher self holds the blueprint to your soul's mission. Every challenge you've faced, every joy you've known, every moment of silence between the chaos has been part of a cosmic design, written not by fate but by you. Before you arrived on Earth, you chose this path. You chose your parents, your lessons, your heartbreaks, not as punishment, but as preparation. When you quiet the mind, when you drop into the stillness of your being, you can hear that voice again. It's subtle, gentle. It never shouts, but it knows the way. Timeline. Healing and the illusion of time. One of the most transformative revelations the Pleiadian High Council offers is the truth that time as we know it is an illusion, a helpful structure in the third dimension, but far from the ultimate reality. In the higher realms, time doesn't move in a straight line from past to present to future. It unfolds like a spiral, with every point accessible at once, and within that spiral, every version of you still exists. Not just as memories, but as living, breathing extensions of your consciousness. Have you ever experienced a sudden wave of emotion without explanation? A flash of familiarity when meeting someone new? A moment that felt like it had already happened before your eyes even caught up? These are not glitches in your perception. They are glimpses through the veil. They are fragments of timelines brushing against each other, reminding you that you are more than this current chapter. The Pleiadians speak of timeline healing as a sacred technology of the soul. Through deep meditation, intention, and emotional presence, you can reach into those past versions of yourself. The child who was abandoned, the teenager who silenced their truth, the adult who lost their way, and offer them light. You don't need to erase what happened. You simply need to meet it with new energy. And it's not just the past. You can also connect with your future self, the radiant, healed, fully awakened version of you who has already crossed the threshold. You can borrow their wisdom. You can feel their strength. When you do this, you collapse the illusion of separation between what was, what is, and what can be. You become the bridge, the healer, the alchemist. And with each healing, your present reality begins to shift. Doors open, pain lifts, possibility expands. Multidimensionality in the dance of realities. What you see with your eyes is only one sliver of existence. Beyond this frequency, there are countless realities, layers upon layers of creation, vibrating at different speeds. The Pleiadians exist in one of these higher dimensions. So do your guides, your ancestors, your future selves. To access these layers, you don't need to travel through space. You travel through consciousness. The Pleiadian High Council urges you to explore the practice of astral travel, not as fantasy, but as a sacred skill. When your physical body rests, your astral body can move. With focused intention, deep relaxation, and trust, you can leave the bounds of the physical and enter realms where light speaks and thought creates instantly. These journeys are not for escape, they are for expansion. Each time you travel beyond, you bring back a piece of remembrance, a knowing, a frequency, a gift. You realign with who you truly are. Crystalline codes and the healing grid. The earth is not just rock and soil, she's alive, she has memory, and within her are ancient codes, crystalline networks of energy that hold the original blueprint of peace, balance, and harmony. The Pleiadians are helping reawaken this grid, and you, dear one, are a part of it. When you step into nature, when you meditate with crystals, when you offer your love to the land, you activate these codes. You become a beacon, a transmitter, a living crystal pulsing with the frequency of remembrance. You don't have to understand it fully, just trust that your energy matters. Your presence is a key that unlocks ancient doors, both within the earth and within your own DNA. Collective consciousness and the tipping point. You are not doing this alone. Look around, others are waking too, some silently, some loudly, but the wave is growing, and every awakened soul adds to the collective vibration. The Pleiadian High Council emphasizes that collective consciousness is not a metaphor. It is a field, a living web of energy that connects every human heart. When one person heals, the field is altered. When many gather in intention, the field is amplified. You can influence this field with your thoughts, your actions, your presence. When you meditate with others, when you speak truth, when you radiate compassion, you are changing the field. And when enough of us hold that frequency, we reach the tipping point, a point where awakening becomes inevitable. You came here for that moment. The world may appear dark, systems are collapsing, truth is buried, fear is loud, but don't be fooled. This is the chaos that precedes rebirth. And you are not here to fight the dark. You are here to shine so brightly that the darkness cannot remain. The Pleiadians say, be the calm in the storm. Be the voice of peace when others rage. Be the light that reminds others of their own. This doesn't mean you'll always feel strong. There will be days when the density is heavy, but in those moments, return to your breath. Return to your essence. Remember that the sun still shines behind the clouds. The more you anchor into your light, the more others will find the courage to do the same. Living the mission, here and now. You don't need to be famous to fulfill your mission. You don't need millions of followers or grand ceremonies. Your mission is to embody truth, to walk with integrity, to live love in the smallest moments. When you heal yourself, you heal the world. When you forgive, you shift timelines. When you laugh, you raise the frequency. When you love, you fulfill the purpose of existence. And if you ever forget that, look up at the stars. Let them remind you. You came from them, you carry them, and now you are helping Earth become one. The Pleiadian High Council stands with you, not above you but beside you, as brothers, as sisters, as mirrors. The message is clear. The time is now. Remember who you are. Live as though the universe is watching, because it is, and it's cheering you on. You are the light the world has been waiting for, and your time is here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time if you are still with me, and if you would like, please think about subscribing to our channel. You may then receive updates on new videos that will provide you with additional knowledge, manifestations, philosophy, and personal development ideas. Your thoughts and opinions regarding this video would be much appreciated. Your contribution stimulates our cosmic research, and we are incredibly appreciative of your being here. And never forget that we are always here for you and wish you the best possible life filled with success and happiness. I hope you have an amazing day. If you have watched until the end, please respond with MMM, Master Motivational Mindset, so we can connect.